the game can see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
How did you get involved in stuff?
Well, I got involved when my friend Ben Shalom approached me with a novel idea about doing something like this, and a lot of people come up to me with a lot of ideas all the time. Some of them good, some of them bad. But the problem I find with a lot of the ideas is they don't have a mechanism or a method to the madness of how to actually achieve the goal with that they have in mind. The idea may be cool, but there has to be a goal. There has to be an end result.
Yeah.
And there's not really a great amount of business planning behind a lot of people's ideas when they come up to me about them. I liked how Ben had a good idea, so obviously that got me listening. And then through his connections, he had a lot of connections, his ideas as far as the way he intended to do things and the way he expected to get results. Started to really gain my curiosity more and more. Obviously he's an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
He knows how to achieve what he's looking for in this. And so, little by little, I got myself involved with him. He knows how to tap into the younger generation as well, which is, I think, something that's missing in boxing is the key youth generation, the internet generation.
The social media, yeah.
Social media generation. And, I like that he knows how to tap into it. And more importantly, I like that he's young, so he can tap into it in that regard. No matter how cool I think I am, at the end of the day, I'm almost 40 years old. I can't tap into that generation.
Looking good, chap.
I don't have a lot in common with them. So I think he was more a guy. If we're going to tap into this kind of thing, you need somebody who knows how to think like that generation, but is smart enough to deal with an advanced generation as well. So I really like the combination of things that he brought to the table, and obviously I like the idea, and I like boxing, and I like to be able to help boxing, and I like to be able to help boxers, and I think just put all that together, and I got involved.
Paulie, talking about Ben, great guy, great concept here. Now, in terms of the platform we have here, we've had, say, similar in the UK, like Prize Fighter. Why do you think this is going to be different and possibly successful, which we're all hoping for?
Well, Prize Fighter had a little run in it when it went well, and I think there's a place for that kind of audience. I just think that eventually you have to move with the technology times. Prize Fighter was good for TV. Sky had it on Sky.
Definitely. But
I think the way you branch out to new audiences, and I think Prize Fighter is something that a new audience can grasp. It was new to boxing at that time. Ultimate Boxing will be new to boxing again. I think you started with the youth. You're gonna have your core audience of boxing fans. They're very traditional, and you don't want to lose those people. So you involve people like myself, like Ricky Hatton, like Anthony Crawler, because you want to legitimize your brand as traditional as well with the traditional boxing fans. But at the same time, in order to reach a new audience, this is something new. So the core audience will look at it as skeptical. You have me, Anthony, and Ricky for that reason. But the new audience, in order to market to them, to brand to them, you need to use the newest technology because that's what they're up with. That's what they're new with. Think about Prize Fighter started 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, the younger core audience 10 years ago were just kids now. Now they're teenagers and young adults. So right away that generation changes. So.
And after a few seasons, I think faded out as well, didn't it?
Exactly.
The concept.
I think it's a concept that works, but I think with Ultimate Boxer, we're using a little bit different. Anytime you come up with an idea, you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you try to brand it, and it works. In 2018, I think the way to go is to market through the internet. I think the way to go is to market through Unilateral Facebook Live, through our connections that we have with that. I think at the end of the day, we're also not tying any fighters up with any promotional entities. We're not tied up with any promotional entities. A fighter can be tied to a promotional entity and still be involved in Ultimate Boxer and not disrespect his contract. He'll still belong to that said promoter. A fighter can be a free agent and be involved in Ultimate Boxer, and obviously get himself noticed and then sign with another promoter. We do not sign the fighters. We're just loyal to the brand. We're trying to make the best fights possible, but these fighters are given opportunities that they may not otherwise have had. So we're loyal to the sport, and we're loyal to the opportunities that we're given to these kids, to these young guys.
So opportunity without the red tape.
Opportunity without the red tape, and the red tape is pretty self-explanatory.
Sure.
You fight well, put up good fights. Our brand will grow, which is what we want, and of course, your brand will grow because that's what you want, and maybe you'll wind up with a contract with a big promoter or something. Who knows? It's kind of a one hand washing the other. There's no red tape.
Yeah.
You know, but using the social media platform, trying to brand it around a youth-based group of people, core audience, without losing your original fan base. And we're gonna have entertainment. We're gonna have music. You know, that's gonna try to, you know, make it young and hip. We want to keep that old audience, but we don't want to lose the audience we can grab now. I think that's an audience that's been ignored by boxing for too long. And in the end of the day, technology's moving.
Sure.
At one time, radio didn't exist. It was just live gates, and it was big live gates. Live gates were still around though when radio started coming around, and radio became a big hit. Then you had television; it became a big hit. So boxing has always found a way to move with the technological times and be involved with that. So I think you have to continue to do that. Otherwise, you get left behind, and you're gonna lag behind, and that's what Ultimate Boxer does. I think it's up to the newcomers to try to start something new, because the old timers, they're already successful at what they do. They don't have any reason to risk. The newcomers will have the reason to risk, and the old timers can kind of sit back and see what works and what doesn't for the newcomers. And if something works, maybe you'll start something that other people will try as well.
As you say, once upon a time we didn't even have the internet, which is huge now. You know, not just social media, but online. One of the other things, you mentioned the two champions, Anthony Crowler, Ricky Hatton, but you also actually have the backing of the British Board of Boxing Control as well, right? In this platform.
Yeah, of course, which is obviously important, because you can't have the fights without them.
That's right.
Obviously backing it. So you know, I think we've grown it. We've gotten to this point today. People see this as a big announcement in this press conference, but we've grown to this steady and slowly but surely, you know, so that we've had the right thing to kind of broadcast out to the fans, to the people, and so they can be excited about it when we finally do put up the show. And I think April 28th will be a fun night, because it'll be a fun night, because we're gonna have good fights. All the fighters are undefeated that are involved. They're gonna fight very hungrily, because they're gonna fight in a hungry manner, because you know they realize they have a chance to really give their careers a push on so many levels. And of course, they're getting paid a little bit more money than they have to this point in their career. And you know, maybe even the other promoters will take note and say, hey, maybe they'll find the talent they want to sign to their tables, you know, because the talents that will be broadcast on Ultimate Boxer won't have any ties to us. You know, maybe they're tied to another promoter currently, I don't know. But they definitely won't be tied to us. And if there's any free agents in the pot of fighters, and they impress a promoter, he obviously can go there and sign him. There's no red tape.
Paulie, the next show is less than 3 months away. Will you be back for that, and what capacity would you be involved in?
The plan is to be back for that. Yes, you know, I'm one of the proud ambassadors of the Ultimate Boxer. We'll continue to see how I continue to involve myself, and we'll see maybe on some of the broadcast things. Obviously, I have broadcasting commentator skills.
Yeah.
Maybe involved with that a little bit, or just be a face. We'll see. I think that will still have to evolve, you know, and we'll see how it goes. But obviously, to grow the brand is the key.
Ain't no other sight in the game, 'cause see the box